So I think I'm going to call this video, "It Couldn't Have Been Any Different." And the topic of the video is very straightforward, very simple. I've long since learned that I doubt I can really make a truly original thought. I can maybe spin it a different way, but that's the best I could achieve. There's no script, so bear with me here. But the notion I want to get across is that whatever position you are in life, whatever lot you have in front of you, it couldn't have been any different. I have struggled in my life beating myself up over not being good enough, not being enough, not being right, not being disciplined, so on and so forth. And for the record, I'm probably more of all those things than most humans in the world. If I could toot my own horn for a bit. But even if all of that were true, even if I were those things, I don't think my life would be any particularly different. And that gets into the whole free will thing and everything like that. I don't believe in free will of any nature of the sort. I believe that we are all just basically more or less discerning automatons. Anyway, the point that I have is that even if you achieved the things that you sought out to achieve, even if you were the man who you wanted to be, even if you were Chad, even if you were a normie, whatever your situation might be, you can't have the thing that you want. Whatever it is. It will forever be a fantasy. I think that's just the nature of the world, the nature of life. I'm not even so sure I could even get away with the statement saying you could be content with what you have, because I'd be a liar. Because sometimes I'm content with what I have. Sometimes I'm not. And so I don't think that there's anything more to this life than cycles. Cycles is the only thing that I found to be consistent. Cycles of contentment, cycles of dismay and despair. And I don't think there's anything that can be done about that per se. I'm sure a Buddhist monk might have a different opinion on that. But I've been down that road too. Not that I consider myself Buddhist per se, though I share a lot in the philosophy. Anyway, I digress. Let me put it this way. Even if you disagree with my notion about free will and that you can have the power to do this and that and you can achieve goals and so on and so forth, even if that is true, you would still probably be in the position that you are right now. And that is because, from what I see, every position that every person is in is entirely due to outside circumstances anyway. I don't think anyone does anything. I don't think you could argue that they willed anything into existence. And even if you did, take Jeff Bezos, for example, right? Like, his woman disrespects him after all the shit he's supposedly done, after all the money he's made, after all the fame he's had. You have low-tier Becky's complaining about baseball stars and basketball stars, about how they're just treating them like cock sleeves, even though that's what they are. You can't win. You can't win, my brother. You can't win. I don't think there is a winning. I think there's a living, but there's not a winning. And that's kind of what the point of this video is. It's a reminder. As I mentioned, I think the only thing that has been true about my life is cycles. And I think we constantly need reminders of life, to put it vaguely and simply. We need reminders that women are not going to give you the love you desire. Women can't give you the love you desire. Hard work is not going to get you where you want to be. I quit my job recently. In a video a couple of months ago or something, I posted about a job I've had. I worked the job for about 3 months. I left for a few reasons. I won't potentially dox myself by getting into depth about that. But, you know, one of the reasons that I can't really work jobs anymore is I can't keep the face on. I can't keep the normie face on. I can't blend in. I can't control my power levels. It's hard for me to smile at people. It's hard for me to do that. I'm really tired of people. I just I know exactly everything about them. I just know it. You know, I know the conversation we're gonna have. I know what they're gonna say. Nobody surprises me. Nobody respects me truly. You know, maybe they'll be polite, but politeness is not the same as respect. That's why there's two different words. Anyway, we're kind of meandering into different topics. I don't want to ramble too much, although I guess that's the whole point of any of these videos is to listen to some guy ramble about something, right? So I don't know. All I know is that I quit that job. I've got some runway to try to make my own shit work. And I just know that even if I had to get a job again, which I could, I know that it's got a expiration date, because whether I quit the job or whether I get fired, it's going, one of those things is going to happen for one reason or another, because either I can't stand it anymore or they can't stand me anymore. And it's not even that I'm particularly, you know, divisive. You know, it's more that I don't care for the charade. I don't care for the hi, how are you, talk to me. Like, I would be clocking out and my boss would want to have a conversation with me, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm not getting paid anymore. I don't want to talk to you. That's what I would be thinking. And it's hard for me to keep the face up while that's going on in my brain. Anyway, like I said, we're kind of getting into a different topic at this point. But it does kind of relate to what I've been saying in this video, which is, even if you were these things, it wouldn't be any different. Maybe you'd get an extra $10, right? Whoop-de-doo. What's that going to do for you? Let you live another day in this shit society? I mean, you know, I get it. Food is nice. Food is nice, but, you know, I guess your reminder for this video is to do what you can. Do what you can, not what you think you can do, but what you know you can do, and be as okay with that as you possibly can. That's your reminder. Hopefully that sentiment will carry you for a couple more days, because for me it's, you know, one day I'm good and then the next day I'm, you know, having anxiety about where my life is going and what I'm doing, and, you know. And the answer is, man, I just ultimately, all I really want out of this life is to be left alone. That's it, man. Just, you know, just leave me alone. Like, I'm not doing nobody no harm where I am. You know, if you don't know, I've got my own place. I have my own land. I put in a floor recently, all by myself. Like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Like, I don't need anything from anyone. I really don't. Except to be left alone. But lo and behold, leaving men alone is just something that the world cannot do. Can't just be left alone. So we've always got to be bothered. Even if the world has nothing for us, we have to be bothered. We have to be bothered. Even when we're by ourselves have to bother us. It's hilarious, man. It's absurd and hilarious, as always. Anyway, I've tried to end this video like, what, 3 or 4 times now? I'll end it here, boys. Take care.